LEGO Star Wars 2025 sets have been revealed, so let's take a look at what the rest of the year has in store for us. Starting off with what might come as a shock for many is that LEGO is not celebrating the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. As we can see on the box of the ARC 170, there's no markings or indication of a Revenge of the Sith logo, which sadly means that we are most likely and probably not going to be receiving any anniversary sets for the 20th anniversary of that movie. I am a bit disappointed because this seemed like a perfect time to get so many great Revenge of the Sith sets, such as a remake or even a diorama set of Palpatine's arrest, and just so many more Revenge of the Sith sets that could have been included, like Galactic Marine Battle Pack, or anything you can think of related to that movie. But speaking of that Palpatine's arrest diorama, this so happens to lead me into my next point, being that it seems like, at least for the near future, dioramas are done. We saw this trend with the helmet line just a few years back, that they were discontinued, but now they are returning. But now it seems dioramas are being replaced with helmets, which dioramas replaced helmets. So LEGO went back and brought back the helmet line, which I'm very happy about. At the same time, I am disappointed, but I'm still optimistic. Now, the dioramas, I see the only time that they will be coming back is for the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. And for the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith will be in 2030, so I do expect us to be getting anniversary sets there. And that's when I expect dioramas to maybe return. Now, if we don't get a diorama set between now and the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, they're done for good at that point. But I do think the best and most optimal time for at least one diorama set has to be for the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, being a Palpatine's arrest. Dioramas were sets that I enjoyed. I know that LEGO had a hard time selling them, and you can actually find retired dioramas at some stores still, but I still felt that there are plenty of great dioramas that can be made, such as a Dex's Diner, Palpatine's arrest, obviously. There's so many scenes from previous movies and probably movies and shows in the future that could be made for dioramas, but LEGO probably went to the drawing board, saw that they weren't selling nearly as well as the helmet line was, and decided to switch spots with that. Speaking of the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, on the ARC 170 box, also there is a photo of Plo Koon Starfighter, and we were rumored to be getting a Plo Koon Starfighter that we thought was going to be a playset. Keyword there is thought, because now it is expected to be a microfighter, and I spoke about this briefly in some prior videos about 2025 sets. I truly feel that LEGO is going to be releasing a Plo Koon Starfighter as a set for the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith rather than the 20th anniversary. So I'm going to be holding out hope that 5 years from now, we will be getting a Starfighter playset instead of a microfighter, which it just doesn't make sense why they would decide to release an ARC 170 and not a playscale Starfighter to go alongside with that. Instead, you have a microfighter. I just think that was poor decision making on LEGO's part there. I don't think anyone's happy with this decision unless you're a massive fan of microfighters, but even so, why just not have the dream pairing with the ARC 170 and the Starfighter instead of having the ARC 170 and the microfighter? I feel more people would be going out of their way to buy the ARC 170 if it's on shelves with the Starfighter rather than having the ARC 170 and a microfighter. Now, people are still going to go out and buy the set, but I feel it could have increased sales and just been such a beautiful pairing. What a missed opportunity. Continuing on with sets that are expected to be coming out later this year, we have not one but two sets for Andor, starting off with the U-Wing that is expected to release in May for $70. And that's really all we know about this set so far. Not a whole lot. Obviously, at the current moment, there's no photos. I'm excited for it. It's going to be another U-Wing in the lineup. And as far as that second Andor set goes, your guess is just as good as mine. We're going to have to find out, but I'm sure more information on that will happen sooner rather than later, because Andor Season 2 is almost right around the corner. So I would expect us to have maybe a little bit more of a idea what that set could be and find out more information on minifigs, price, and all of that good stuff in the coming weeks. Now, moving a little bit further down the line, we have the May wave, and this is super exciting. Helmet sets are going to be coming back now with the Jango Fett helmet and the AT-AT driver helmet, which I'm super excited for. Jango Fett is going to be a great pairing with that Boba Fett helmet, and the AT-AT driver helmet was a set that was rumored to be happening when the helmet line was happening a couple years ago. So now Lego went back and said, we're going to release this helmet. So I'm excited. Those are two awesome additions to the line, and hopefully it continues this way for years to come. There's also potential for a third helmet with a maybe Kylo Ren's helmet. You know, there's been some whispers about it because there is a Kylo Ren's midi scale set to also be added to the two other midi scale sets that we already know of with the Home One and Acclimator. So a Kylo Ren shuttle is expected, which is awesome. And I really hope we do have a Kylo Ren's helmet as well. A bit of a questionable decision is this buildable Lego Star Wars logo. It seems this year Lego is really trying to hone in on buildable logos. We already know what the Marvel one looks like, and that looks pretty cool. But for $100, is that really worth it? Now, the Star Wars logo is going to be between $70 and $80, which, if we look at the Marvel logo for $100 with figs, I still think that's absurdly overpriced for just bricks that spell out Marvel. Now, it does look cool, but nowhere near worth $100. And they're also not even including Hawkeye. But back to the Star Wars logo, there's no way anyone is going to spend $70. It just doesn't make sense to me. If you want to add it to your display to show that you're a Star Wars fan, I think people will get the hint if you have an AT-AT Walker, a Death Star, an X-Wing. I think they'll know, oh, this is a Star Wars display. Now, I understand maybe if you want to put it at your desk or on a shelf in your room or something like that. I mean, I guess I understand it, but at the end of the day, I'd rather buy a helmet set for maybe a little bit more money, like the Jango Fett helmet for $80, and put that there. I think that's a whole lot cooler than a buildable Star Wars logo, because this Star Wars logo isn't even expected to come with a minifig. At least include a Luke and Darth Vader minifig or a George Lucas fig. This is one of those head scratcher sets this year that I just don't think is going to sell well, and I really think that we could see it on sale sooner rather than later. Let's bring it back to a more positive note with a buildable chopper that will be retailing for the same price as the miniature R2-D2 did for $100. I'm super excited about this. This is technically the first buildable chopper. Now, if you want to count the chopper from the Droid Factory set, you can. I'm not. But besides that, I'm considering it to be the first true buildable chopper that Lego has made, and it's in this downscale size. And I'm pretty happy with that. You know, I would much rather have had a larger, I'll say UCS style chopper, but at the same time, I think a $100 droid is a nice segue in. Now, this is the same price as the R2, but my biggest complaint is that the R2-D2 included an anniversary fig with Darth Malak, and that made that $100 value seem so good. Well, this chopper for $100 isn't including an anniversary fig at all. It's just gonna probably include a chopper minifig, and that's it. So I feel Lego should have made this, say, $90 instead of the $100, but I still think this should be a good seller. We have never had a chopper droid before, so this is one that's been highly anticipated. I've wanted this for years. I'm still excited for it. I just feel it might be $10 too much because there's no special fig to be coming along with it. Moving on to more of these summer sets, we have a battle pack that is now a Death Trooper and Night Trooper battle pack, which is super exciting. Originally, Captain Enoch was expected in this, but now he's not, which is great because named characters in battle packs are a big no-no to me. I'm pleasantly surprised with this. I think that Enoch will be included in an Ahsoka Season 2 set, which should have been included in the Duel on Peridia, but you know what? I hope at some point, and I really feel at some point, Enoch will be included, just a little more of a weight than I think many fans would have hoped for. But anyway, I'm pumped for this battle pack. It's something that I didn't expect. Now, I would have rather had Galactic Marines, but who's to say that they can't release one in October like they did with the anniversary battle pack from 2024. Also, in the summer wave, a Darth Maul mech is going to be happening, and I don't know anyone who asked for this or wanted this. I think that it's going to be just like all the other mechs, pretty forgettable, and you are going to be throwing in a pretty bad Darth Maul fig because Lego doesn't feel that these minifigs should have pupils, and it just makes them look 10 times worse. For near $100, a buildable Ewok will be happening. Once again, I don't know who asked for this. I'm not opposed to it. I think that this could turn out pretty well. We did see what happened with Chewbacca and how the face looked a little weird, so I don't know how Lego is going to do the face on the Ewok. That's going to be a bit of a challenge, I feel, because they're similar, but they're not similar. If you know what I'm trying to say here, I'm a little confused about this decision right here, and I know many people are wondering, about an MBS new Ewok village. And that could very well still happen. Just because there's a buildable Ewok expected doesn't mean that they aren't going to release an Ewok village. This leads me to a theory that I will get to in just a minute here, because our next set is a UCS Jango Fett Slave 1 expected on May the 4th for that promotion. I'm pumped for this. Going to retail for that $240 price. And I expect this to be the same size as Boba Fett Slave 1 we had in 2015. One of my all-time favorite LEGO Star Wars sets. It's so beautiful. So I'm surprised that LEGO decided to make a Jango Fett Slave 1. It kind of feels that they wouldn't have done it in a UCS version first. They would have made a playset, but I'm not complaining. This is going to be awesome. We're going to have a very detailed Jango Fett minifig. We're going to have a younger Boba Fett fig. Super cool, super exciting. And my biggest thing is, it's been a while since we've had a Jango Fett minifig, I think since 2017, and then a Jango Fett Slave 1, it's been even longer. So LEGO really said, you know what, we're going to go bigger, we're going to go home. And right here, LEGO absolutely did something that was unexpected to many fans. But my theory with this entire thing is, we have a Jango Fett helmet, and then there's going to be a Jango Fett Slave 1. We are expecting a Kylo Ren helmet. We have a Kylo Ren midi-scale set. Now, we also know about that AT-AT driver helmet. And could that mean that we're getting a new playset AT-AT Walker? Maybe. I mean, we're already 2 for 2, or we expect to be 2 for 2 with that. So why not make it 3 for 3? Even better, why not make it 4 for 4? Release a buildable Ewok, give us an Ewok village. That would be a cool pairing that I don't think many people would have expected, with the helmets being paired with the set. So, I mean, they could have done the ARC 170 with Plo Koon Starfighter, that whole pairing, but you know what? Who am I to say? Who am I to say? I mean, we all wanted it, and we're not getting it. I mean, it's only the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. Not like it's a big deal or anything. Not like it's one of the greatest Star Wars movies, Star Wars pieces of media to ever exist. I don't know. I don't know. It's not like the fans have wanted it, and now we're going to have to wait maybe 5 more years to get anniversary sets for that. But I don't know. I'm not complaining or anything like that. Just a little bit upset. And I keep on hitting this table. All right, so let me know what you think about all this updated information. We are sure to be getting more set images in the near future, and I can't wait for all of this. I'm super excited. The January wave looks awesome. That is one of the best January waves in a while, so great stuff there. Love those 6 sets that are coming out. And let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more LEGO content, and I'll see you in the next one.